Hi everyone, you're tuned into Gila Nehemia's Sacred Erotic Poetry Podcast, Sacred Sexuality and Ascension. I am so excited to be here today, but before we get started, let's take a deep breath together, deep from our diaphragm up to our higher chakras, and really just breathe in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. Do it with me now. So I'll say a prayer, calling in our guides, our angels, God, source, universe, our ancestors in Atlantis, in far off galaxies, calling in our star seeds, calling in our soul tribe to assist us now in our greatest awakening internally and externally, for stepping up and stepping forward in all ways. I call in, I invite the blessings of the stars, the moon, the sun, the trees, all that is around us, all that is seen and unseen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aho, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't tell you how excited I am to be here today. I am just really, really happy because we are approaching the full moon on the 20th. Today is the 15th, so we have another 5 days. This is the full moon in Aries. So if you're feeling this call to just like do something bold, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wise, you gotta be wise. Desiree song. I have all sorts of lyrics in my mind, in my head. I don't know, they just come, just come up. So I might infuse this through my podcast today with that. I'm really feeling happy. I don't know if you've been following me on YouTube, but I've been doing these 30 days of affirmations. Yesterday was day 10. Today is day 11, a beautiful master number 11. And I go on for about 3 to 5 minutes, and I share. I was inspired by Louise Hay, actually. They did a 5-day challenge, and I read her book recently, and I've always been inspired by her. And I didn't know her story. I knew about her affirmations for many years, but I began to learn her story, and it just really, I'm a writer. I love stories. I really connect to people through stories, whether in person or through words. So she really spoke to me, and she has a very similar message to mine as the power of words. What we say happens, what we think occurs. We are a vibrational match to what we believe, what we say to ourselves. So if you are looking to raise your vibration, really be conscious of your words. If there's anything that you get out of this podcast, please remember to be aware of what you say, how you think, the thoughts that come up. And, even if it's something you don't like, just being conscious that you want to change it, that's part of this full moon. We're doing an activation, Nitu, Mercedes, and I, on self-worth. So I'll put a link in here. You can pre-order so that you'll get it as soon as it comes out on the 20th. And we're just really excited about that. And before I even talk about that, I just wanted to focus on affirmations. I wanted to share what I've been feeling, and actually focusing primarily on intuition. So I've been going down this path of finding out more about affirmations. I went to Louise Hay. I was reading Louise Hay. I read Florence Scovel Shinn, who was someone that she followed. Who was writing in the late 1800s, and also Catherine Ponder. And there, I'm sure there are more. And what I realized is, the 5 people who you spend the most time with that's the thoughts you're going to think. And also the words that you listen to, the words that you read, those are the thoughts that you're going to think. Even if you someone says to you, you are the most divine being in the world. You are so beautiful. Your heart is just exuding with love. I love you for who you are. And you're meant to have every single blessing that you desire because it's your soul's desire. It's your divine right to have that. I want you to just feel into those statements and really allow that to melt into your body, into your heart. You are a divine being of light. You are meant to receive and live in the most beautiful divine love and abundance forever, eternally. And as you say that to yourself, as you just take it in, like, a divine feminine healer of mine used to say to me, just say, if you can't even say anything, I receive. I've noticed something about my clients I wanted to share with you today. It just came to me. Some of my clients, they have been long-term clients, and they've opted for the personal mentoring programs, and they don't always utilize the hours between sessions. I give support in between sessions, so I give an hour each week with a client, and then an hour in between sessions via messaging, email, whatever it is, reading their chapters or journals. And sometimes I don't utilize it, and I realize it's this, sometimes people they're not ready to receive all the love that's around them. They're not, ready to receive the blessings. And this could be due to, previous programming, thoughts, doubts. Am I worthy of this type of love that someone gives me? Am I worthy? And of course you are. There actually isn't a question. You're always worthy. You're always worthy. You're worthy of the love that you're desiring. You're worthy of the abundance that you want. You're worthy of breathing. You're worthy of your divinity. You're worthy of your divinity. You're worthy of your greatness. And I say this because I'm also saying this to myself. This is truly phenomenal where we're going right now. It's phenomenal. I mean, this is not new. This has been happening forever. Florence Scovel Shinn wrote this in the late 1800s. She talks about the Bible. She talks about ancient Egypt. She talks about ancient India. These things have been going on for millennia. This is not new thoughts. It is just new for us because we're changing the way we think. So allow yourself to believe that you can have everything you want. Surrender to your own greatness. I'm not even asking you to surrender to God. I'm asking you to surrender to your own greatness. Asking you to follow your intuition. And this is what was blowing my mind today as I was walking my dog and I was listening to Florence Scovel Shinn on Audible. And I love listening to words because I have this... It's built inside of me, right? When it goes into my ear, like it goes into my pathways, the frequency goes into my auditory canals, it lights up my whole body. I know this about me. So it's very important that I listen. Listening has so many benefits. That's why music has just amazing vibrational frequencies, right? We all love music on some level. It could be just this, the bass tones. It could be higher octaves. It could be just the sound of the wind, the sound of the rain. There's something very calming about music. And so what I'm trying to share is listening, and I said this and also in my videos, listening to your own words, saying affirmations can be very, very powerful for you. Listening to your intuition. This is a topic I'm going to talk about today. In my self-affirmations on YouTube, and I wanted to share with you today as well, is like just listening to your intuition is so important, and that's what she focuses on in this particular book that I'm reading by listening to by Florence Scovel Shinn, and which is why I love her, because that's what I'm all about. And she talks about desire, which I'm all over that. If anyone knows me, I'm all over desire. Desire is your soul's calling. Desire is your divine right. Desire is where it's at. So don't hold back. just allow yourself. And I use that word a lot, right? I've noticed that about myself. Allow yourself, because we don't give ourselves permission enough. If take away all the doubt, take away all the negative thinking, what would your life be like? Visualize that and let it happen. Receive it. Receive your intuitive hits. And even if it doesn't work out, or even if some people don't like it, let them go. This is the time. We are in Aries. We're moving into Aries. Bold, courageous, fearless. There is no reason to fear. Fear has no purpose other than your survival. But you know what? Even in front of a lion, when you're sending off positive vibrations, that lion will not touch you. Recently, my neighbor has a dog, a really, really kind, sweet puppy growing up, plays with my dog. They're great friends. He's a male dog. My dog's a female dog. And I was going over there because we share compost, and I was going over there to put my compost out, and he bit through my pants, and he didn't do anything to my leg. He also, when my son was going over there, he made a not a large bite, but he went into the skin a bit. And, so I was just like, whoa, like, I'm not scared though. I'm not scared of the dog. I actually have some trepidation. Honestly, I did after that episode, but I really was like, okay, I'm not scared. He may have not seen me well. It was dark. Sometimes when people move really fast, like my son was running, I'm not trying to give excuses. It's not great, and they're taking care of it. Though the issue is that I don't have any fear. I do not fear this dog. This dog is not going to hurt me. I'm not going to have trauma from this dog. This dog walks with me and my dog all over the neighborhood when he feels like it. So he's harmless, He might have got scared. He might have been protecting his territory. Whatever the reason is, it all happened divinely, and I accept it. I don't fight it. I told the owner, they know, and they're aware of it, and they need to do whatever they need to do. So it's a lesson. Everything that happens to us is a lesson. Everything that is going on in our lives is a way for us to learn and up-level and be aware. And this is a really important point I want to talk about in terms of intuition, is just being aware of it. Allowing it to come in your eyes, your ears, your third eye, your heart, your body. Let yourself feel it. Remember the dreams, remember the things that are beautiful. Understand that all the time internally, things are happening and messages are being sent to you, from your body, from the external world, resolving your problems, resolving your challenges, because in actuality, when we focus on all of our good, it's always happening. So there's nothing to worry about. There's no doubt that needs to occur. Focusing on the good. Good always comes to me in imaginable and unimaginable ways. Tell yourselves these things. Tell yourself whatever affirmation works for you. And I'm totally into it. I've been into it since I began this journey. And I've let it go on a regular basis for a while, but I'm definitely doing it again. And I'm really into it. I'm really, really into it because it's not just about, it's about releasing limiting beliefs. So this is why I'm into it, because if we have, my goal, I've been telling some of my clients, my goal for this period right now in my life is to eradicate limiting beliefs, because I don't need to have any limiting beliefs. It doesn't need to exist in my auric fields. It doesn't need to exist in my mind. It doesn't need to exist in my body. Everything is possible, right? I can heal anything in my body. I can heal my thoughts. I can heal my emotions. I can heal myself by allowing myself to listen to my intuition, by using the power of my words, by using the power of my creativity. And that might come to you in art. That might come to you through singing. That might come to you through dance. That might come through you in multiple ways. I also love dancing. I love singing. I love speaking. I love writing. I love drawing. I don't consider myself a visual, artist in terms of painting or anything, but that could be something I do in the future, so move into what you love. I began my business by focusing on pleasure. And when you're in the flow, when you're feeling things that are pleasurable, you get intuitive hits. You're like, whoa, this really feels good. I want to do more of this. I said to myself this morning, like, why haven't I been walking my dog in the morning? It's been so pleasant. It's not that hot anymore. We're in this autumnal phase and we're moving into the winter, but you know what? I don't like walking in the rain, but I really do love walking, after the rain and before the rain. I love putting on warm clothes. I love this season. I love summer too. I love spring. I actually love all the seasons. I love the rain. I just don't like being in it. But I love how it nourishes the plants. I even love how sometimes it puts me to sleep because we can hear the rain on our roof. And, just really appreciating everything. Yesterday in my self-affirmations, I talked about saying thank you for what is coming into our lives. And I think that's so important, so like, it's like, why aren't we happy? Why can't we ask to be happy? Like right now, we could change the way we're feeling. Maybe you're happy and you're like, you're rejoicing with me right now. Or maybe you're going through a challenge and that's also okay. It's like, go through the challenge. It's also great. It's great to feel this challenge that you might be going through. Maybe you're going through some sadness. Maybe you miss someone who you really love. Maybe they're not on this earthly plane anymore. Maybe, maybe your child has gone away to school and you miss them, and you miss your partner who is no longer living nearby, but you're going to see them again. So whatever that is, like, allow yourself to feel that love, because the missing says that you love. You love and you are loved. So when you focus on that feeling of love, you're like, wow, I experienced this love and it was so beautiful. And it continues to, change. Even if I can't see this person, even if I can't meet them right now, I love this person and I loved this person and I continue to love this person, whether they're on this plane or not, whether I can see them again or not. My love is always there for them. And I am so happy that I was able to experience it. I'm just inviting you to say these things, that even if you feel the sadness, or, allowing yourself to feel the sadness and saying, yeah, I feel really sad. I allow myself to feel sad because that's an emotion. And sometimes we feel sad. And if we didn't have sadness, we wouldn't have happiness. We have these contrasting emotions all the time, and we don't always have to be, happy. But knowing that we've experienced something amazing and that we'll experience it again. Sometimes I think we go into these, so catching yourself when you're in this downward spiral, having these feelings, that there's nothing wrong with it. It's judging the feelings, right? It's judging them and saying, oh, I'm never going to love again. Or I'm never going to, like, that's not true. Maybe you're not going to meet a soul like you've met. But you know what? You're also open to meeting more souls that also bring more love into your life, or bring love into your life, that you have more expansive friendships, that you expand and God works through you. God's love works through you. Divine love flows and courses through your veins. I mean, I feel like there's so many possibilities, and the more that we open up to these possibilities, they're endless. There are endless streams of water on the planet. There are endless streams of love in all beings. There are endless intuitive channels in our being, allowing them to flow. And even if you feel that there is some obstacle coming your way, allowing yourself to say, I will move through this obstacle. I will move through, any kind of sounds around me if they're disturbing me, because that's part of the movement of my life. It's just really allowing it to come through, and this moon is saying to us, you have the power. You have the power to change your life by your thoughts. You have the choice to change anything. Are you allowing yourself? Are you permitting yourself this opportunity? Are you trusting in your intuition? Are you inquiring to yourself how you can better your own life? If you know that you are the universe, that the wisdom is within you, are you taking all the opportunities to move into that, or are you recycling a thought that isn't serving you? So I'd like to ask some of those questions and write them down. Journal on any one that makes sense to you. Listen to this podcast again and focus on it, because our lives are here to live in heaven. We're living on heaven. We're living in heaven on earth. It's up to us to decide if we want to do that or not. It's your choice. You co-create your life with your higher self, with God, with the universe, with source, whatever you want to say. You are co-creating your life at every moment. So it's up to you to decide how you want to do that. There are multiple ways, and every way leads to your goodness. And if we don't allow that thought to really open up to all of our expansiveness, then we are robbing ourselves of our own happiness. So, I just wanted to stress that today, because I've just, I know this mentally, but I was able to move it through my body, move it through my heart, and take the action necessary. So it's not just listening, it's not just writing, it's also taking the inspired action of full faith. And that's the important part, because sometimes I think, I feel, I write, and sometimes I don't take the action. Sometimes I'm afraid, and sometimes I don't want rejection. Sometimes I have these fears. I notice them, but I know they're not true. I know they're not true. And I know that every time I've taken that leap of faith, it's proved to be correct. When I follow my intuition, it's always correct. And even if I fall, even if I get a rejection, it's okay, because I'm on the road to expansiveness. I'm on the road to fulfilling my desires. Because I had a desire, it must be fulfilled. That's just the law. That's a spiritual law. It's a spiritual law that every desire must be fulfilled. That's it. If you have no desires, you have no desires. If you have desires, they must be fulfilled. There is no one way. I used to think, okay, I have to be an ascetic, right? I shouldn't have any desires. But that's not my makeup. I have desires. And because I have them, they're going to be fulfilled. Maybe not in the way that I think. Maybe not in the way that the way or the route that I am imagining. But when I can receive any way, it can happen in any way, imaginable, unimaginable. The divine has infinite ways to fulfill anything. I allow that. I receive that. I receive that blessing. Amen. Aho. And so it is. So I'm asking you, if you're receiving your blessings, if you're allowing yourself to receive your blessings, if you believe that you can have everything that you desire. And if you're listening to this, I believe that you do. So let yourself receive it. Everyone has abundance in their vortex. Everyone has abundance. Everyone has everything that they desire. It's already here. Say thank you for everything that you're desiring, and then when any doubt, any kind of limiting belief comes into your mind, say thank you for having it and let it go. It doesn't serve me anymore. This is also about self-worth, which is what we are focusing on in this upcoming full moon in Aries. And when we feel worthy of all that we're desiring, because you're worthy, because you are, there's no reason. You don't have to say have to think, oh, why am I worthy? You don't have to think about it, because you're worthy. You are divine. You're worthy. You're worthy because you are. I am not concerned. Nobody's concerned about what happened to you, what you did, what you didn't do. You are worthy of having a beautiful life. You are worthy. And everything that you're desiring is going to happen. And we're talking about, serving humanity, healing humanity. So that is kind of the basis that I just want to share that. That's a basis. That we want to serve ourselves and humanity. We want to live in love. We want to live in our highest vibration of love. We want to spread joy and happiness. And that first begins within our own lives. We're not talking about pure selflessness where you're just giving and you're not receiving. No, we give and we receive. It's always a two-way street. There is a law. Whatever you give, you receive back. That is the law. When you feel good, others feel good. And you can give out of your own kindness, and you will receive. And even if you don't desire anything, you will receive. That's why there is a law that even I give out of my own kindness, I have an overflow of love, and you just receive. There's no reason to ask because you're going to receive. That's actually another way of looking at it. It's not that the person doesn't have any desires. They just feel like they're serving the divine. They're serving their higher self. They're serving their intuitive guidance. And they know that because they serve their intuitive guidance, they're taken care of. So therefore, there are no desires because whatever they want will just come to them. There's nothing to ask for because it's already given. So when we're in that thought process, then, it just is. You're just moving through life because you know that everything's just coming to you. So you just continue to move. I don't know. This is groundbreaking to me. So if you feel like it's groundbreaking, let me know. I know about this mentally, but just feeling it in my heart, feeling it in my bones, vibrating it in my cells, letting go of the limiting beliefs have been phenomenal for me. And I know this is a process. It's going to take time, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm completely relaxed. I used to be very anxious, fearful, coming from tyrannical experiences in my life, probably in my generation. I feel free. I feel free of those chains now. I feel free to just rise to whatever is in my destiny. And I know that there's a lot. And so I allow it to happen. And so if you're looking to do that, begin with affirmations. If you are resonating with me, go to my website. I'm enrolling now for group and personal mentoring. And I am actively seeking my tribe because together we rise. We do it together. I wasn't able to come to this point without any help. I had help from numerous people, coaches, healers, books, authors, the universe, nature. We're not solitary people. We are social beings and we need each other. And we are here. We have a special mission. And part of that mission is to create a ripple effect on the planet, and that means working together. That's what I sincerely feel. I'm guided to say that. So if you are feeling guided, go to my website. Everything is there. Just click the link to join my group program or join my personal mentoring, and we'll get started right away. And this, because there's no time to waste in worry or doubt or repeated patterns that are not serving you. There's no time to waste. The time is always now. Eckhart Tolle says this, Florence Scovel Shinn says this, the time is always, always, always now. So thank you. My dog agrees. Thank you for listening today. The link to the full moon activation will be in the details. The link to my website will be in the details. Take the time to get your seat for my group mentoring or my personal mentoring. This is the moment. This is the moment. There is no time to waste. Thank you for being you. Thank you for everything that you are. And I am so glad that we're on this journey together. Thank you. Aho, and so it is. Namaste, Om Shanti, Shalom. Have a beautiful day, night, evening, wherever you are at whatever time zone.